Good Wednesday morning, everybody. This is Stephen Ray, and I wanted to jump here on social media and let you guys know that if you're watching in Mississippi, if you're watching me in Alabama, you have absolutely no threat of any type of severe weather. However, if you are watching me along the Great Plains over there from Nebraska, Kansas, and into Missouri, there is a threat of severe weather not only tonight, but a more significant one as we move into the day tomorrow. So there is your day one outlook, and this does include Kansas City, St. Joseph, and Maryville up in Missouri. Then, of course, there is a marginal risk around that area from just north of Joplin over to Columbia and then stretching back into Iowa as well. So that is for tonight. Now, the more significant severe weather threat is going to be on the day Thursday, which is going to be tomorrow. And this does include a good portion of Columbia, Jefferson City, Springfield, Branson, Missouri, Joplin, Missouri, and of course the metro of St. Louis, stretching all the way down to West Plains and Poplar Bluff, Missouri. And then, of course, down here into northwestern Arkansas, including Fayetteville, Arkansas, as well as we get into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Now, there is an enhanced risk now. That is the orange shaded area, and the Storm Prediction Center very well could upgrade to either a moderate or a high risk for our friends across central and southern Missouri as we head into the day tomorrow. So let me take you in here region by region and show you what is going to happen if you are near the Joplin, Missouri area, the Springfield, Missouri area, Branson, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Arkansas, and places like that. Severe thunderstorms are expected on Thursday and into Thursday night. There is a risk for damaging winds, large hail, and flash flooding. There is also a threat of a few tornadoes, which could be pretty significant tomorrow. But the most significant thing right now is going to be damaging straight line winds, large hail, lightning, and of course, flooding. Have multiple ways of receiving warnings and check back with forecasts for new updates. So there you can see your enhanced risk, and this would include the areas from Kansas City over to Columbia and into the metro of St. Louis for the daytime and evening hours tomorrow. Now, this, of course, includes, like I said, Branson, Missouri, Joplin, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri. Let's see, Clinton, Missouri, Kansas City, Columbia, where the University of Missouri is, and then, of course, the St. Louis metro area. Now, if you're watching near St. Louis, showers and thunderstorms are expected Thursday from early morning until late evening. There could be two rounds of severe weather. The best chance for severe storms will be during the afternoon and the evening hours. No, this outlook represents the best potential, but not everyone will see severe storms. A wide range of outcomes are still possible, so it is important for you to be ready just in case there is a couple of tornado warnings tomorrow. Like I said, continue to check back for frequent weather updates, and damaging winds are the most likely threat. However, tornadoes, large hail, and localized flooding are all possible. And there you see, if around the St. Louis area over towards Jefferson City, Lebanon, Springfield, Rolla, Farmington, Poplar Bluff, and then, of course, West Plains down in Missouri. So that is your severe weather threat for Thursday. So now let's go on ahead and take a look at the models and see how this is all going to pan out. All right, so here is the high resolution model, and we've got it set here for 11 p.m. tonight. And as you can see, severe storms are lined up basically from Nebraska down to Kansas and then Oklahoma. And at any point, these storms would be severe tonight. At 11 p.m., and that is over there in the moderate risk that we have for later today and tonight. All right, so let's move this along until we get until 1 a.m. in the morning. And you can also see that these storms are getting really close over here with the areas over here towards Kansas City. And this, of course, is sitting here at 1 a.m. in the morning. Now let's go on over here to 3 a.m. And as you can see, they are pulling into the northwestern portions of Missouri at that time, and that is at 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, what's going to happen is this first batch is going to come on across Missouri. We're looking now at 11Z, which is 6 a.m. in the morning. Some of these storms could be severe, but like the National Weather Service in St. Louis said, there are multiple outcomes with this severe weather setup. And what I mean by that is this first round may actually come across and rob the atmosphere of its energy, and then the afternoon stuff may have a hard time forming because the energy has been robbed by this first round of storms. That is a possibility. It is not likely, but that is a scenario that would limit the afternoon storms. But that, like I said, that is a possibility, but it is not likely. Because when you deal with severe storms, they can often throw you a curveball. So there you can see the morning round of storms coming on through the area. Let's move out here to 9 a.m., and they are getting really close to the Columbia, Missouri area. And other storms are back over here west of Kansas City, Missouri, and that is at 9 a.m. in the morning. So the longer that these storms stay over the areas in Missouri, the more likely that we're going to have less of a threat of severe storms later tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. So we're definitely going to have to watch that. And then, as you can see, as we move to noon, there are more storms that are firing over here, basically from Jefferson City all the way over to Columbia and just off to the northwest of the St. Louis metro area. And at any time, these storms could be severe and packing a punch. This is noon tomorrow. And then as we move into the afternoon hours, around 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, this first batch is going on over here and has left Missouri, but there's more storms that are firing back here in Kansas and western Missouri. And those are going to be the ones that are most significant for tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And we're looking right here at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and any of these storms, and you can see that they're not really congealed into a line. They're individual right here. And unfortunately, those are the ones when they are by themselves that can produce the tornadoes for tomorrow. Now, we would like to see these congeal into a line further west. Then we would deal with a more of a straight line wind threat. However, every time you see one of these little dots here, that could potentially be a supercell that could be capable of producing tornadoes. So we really don't like to see that. But like I said, it is all going to determine on how long this first round stays over Missouri as to how nasty and bad the severe weather is going to be for that area tomorrow. Okay, so that is at 4 o'clock. We move to 6 o'clock, and as you can see, there is a batch of storms that is sitting up here in north central Missouri. And then, of course, we've got this other broken line that is down here into southern Kansas and northern Oklahoma. And you really don't like to see these broken lines because, like I said, those are the ones that can produce the lone storms by themselves, are the ones that can be the most severe with the potential of damaging tornadoes. So that is a definite possibility with any of these storms that you see that are out here by themselves. Okay, so this is at 6 o'clock tomorrow. All right, and then as we move to 9 p.m. tomorrow night, these storms are getting over here really close to the St. Louis metro area, and then another batch is getting over here towards the Fayetteville, Arkansas area, stretching up to Joplin, Missouri. And that, of course, once again, is at 9 o'clock tonight, or 9 o'clock tomorrow night. And then And then as we move towards midnight, everything looks like it is going to be winding down for the Missouri area, but there still could be some nasty storms rolling through the Arkansas area over here towards Fort Smith. So once again, like I said, it is going to really determine the area and storms. The first batch in the morning is really going to determine how bad the severe weather is going to be tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. If it stays over longer than expected, then of course we would have a less of a threat tomorrow night. Now that is a possibility, but it is not likely. So once again, I want to make that very clear that we need to prepare for the latest and prepare for a significant severe weather threat tomorrow. But then again, just note that there could be the potential that these storms could linger over the area longer than expected, and the severe weather threat could be lessened, or they could linger over a shorter period of time, increasing the severe weather potential. So, this is going to be a rather complex system as we head into the early morning hours in the morning all the way through the day tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. All right, so what I want to do real quick is switch over here to the radar. And we're looking at Radar Omega, which I really love to use. Okay, so I've got us over the Missouri area, and what I'm going to do. Okay, there is some of the cities that are around the Kansas City area that is in the slight risk for this afternoon and tonight. Okay, and so this includes Kansas City, Belton, St. Joseph, and of course Maryville, Missouri. There is also a marginal risk for the early morning round that I showed you from Warrensburg over to Sedalia. And then just regular thunderstorms are expected for Columbia and Jefferson City. Okay, so that is for the pre dawn hours in the morning. Okay, so now let me go ahead and show you the day 2 outlook for the enhanced risk. And there is your large enhanced risk that goes from basically just south east of Kansas City over to Columbia, and then of course the St. Louis area, and stretching all the way down to the Fort Smith, Arkansas area. And let me zoom in here, and anybody that if you see your town, basically Jefferson City, Springfield, Ozark, the Mark Twain National Forest, basically Joplin, Branson, Missouri, you guys are definitely in the enhanced risk for tomorrow for the potential of damaging straight line winds, large hail, and a couple of tornadoes, and there are the areas that are in the enhanced risk around the St. Louis metro area. Um, we got Wood River, Collinsville, Belleville, O'Fallon, basically places like that within the St. Louis area are in the enhanced risk. Now, let me also show you. I really feel like that the 10% tornado risk is going to need to be shifted further off to the east to include the Springfield, Ozark, and Joplin areas for later tomorrow and into tomorrow night. I think the bullseye with the best area of concern is going to be from Kansas City down to Joplin and over to Springfield, Missouri tomorrow. So there is right now your tornado risk percentage. Back here from just north of Tulsa into the southern areas of Kansas, you can see there that there is a 10% tornado area and then a 5% as we get over here into the Missouri area. But let me flip on the damaging straight line wind potential. And as you can see, there is a large area of a 30% risk with the black area right there. And that black area, if you were in the black shaded area, that is a significant threat of wind damage. And this does include south of Jefferson City. It includes Joplin, Springfield, and Ozark down in Missouri. And it almost stretches over here to the western suburbs of St. Louis as well. Then, of course, St. Louis, you guys are in the 30 to 35% chance of seeing wind damage from this area of damaging straight line winds into the day tomorrow. And one last thing I need to show you the large hail potential. And there is a large hail potential for a good portion of southwestern Missouri. That does include the Joplin area and a significant threat of large hail from Wichita just to the north of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So once again, there is an enhanced risk of a few damaging straight line winds and tornado threats for tomorrow. And while I've got you here, let me take this off. And I want to check on the storms in northwestern Kansas because I see that we have a couple of warnings up there. Yep. All right, so these are going to be pretty much large hail producers, 1 inch in diameter hail, and 60 mile per hour winds. So quarter sized hail, this is radar indicated. So once again, these are the storms that are basically going to be likely later today and tonight. And this one right here has damaging hail up to 2 inches in diameter. So there is going to be extremely, extremely large hail that could be falling right now across a good portion later today of Kansas and then moving over here into the Kansas City area. And once again, let me show you the day one. We have a moderate risk, basically from just south of Grand Isle in Nebraska all the way up to just south of, or just including Russell and Hayes, Kansas. And once again, this does include the Goodland area as well. So once again, I am Stephen Ray, and we have a significant threat of wind damage and tornadoes today and tomorrow for a good portion of the central areas of the United States, and then, of course, the areas over here into far western Missouri for tonight, and then a more significant threat as we get over here into the day tomorrow. So I will continue to be watching trends later today and tonight, and I intend to do another severe weather update and video tonight, probably around 7:30 to 8. Before then, if things actually increase, and then I will be here all day tomorrow, providing severe weather coverage for you guys in the event that we have a significant severe weather potential over there in the area of Missouri. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and as always, God bless.